Rams will take over after a 36-yard punt by Tootin. Los Angeles leads in the first quarter, 204 yards. The Rams -2 for the Eagles. The Rams obviously had a very fine game plan, a way to attack.
And I think the thing that they learned from that 49er game, but that doesn't mean anything yet, that this is a playoffs. The winners get to keep playing, the losers, they're done. And I think that both teams know that this is going to be a fight for two halves. And the Rams have to keep going. The Eagles have to start with their defense, disrupting this offense a little. And with their offense, I think Randall Cunningham has to start making some plays.
In a misty rain at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia, 35 degrees the temperature. Everett incomplete, intended for Anderson.
The other thing that I'm impressed with here, again, is thus far, the offensive line of the Rams is winning this battle. I mean, they are giving Jim Everett time to throw. Now, he already has 2 touchdown passes, and he's thrown some incompletes as he did there, but he's had time. The Eagles, one, they want to sack him, they want to turn over, they want to hit him as he throws it, they want to hurry him. They haven't done any of those things to Everett yet.
That's what everybody said coming in. That was the key, the Rams offensive line against that Eagle defensive front four. Jerome Brown.
He's a Pro Bowl player, but I think if you're going to run at Jerome Brown, you're going to lose that matchup.
Brown has 5 tackles already. Reggie White now lined up over the center. Doug Smith. And Reggie does the job.
That's what the Eagles needed to get going. They needed that. They needed, here, this is a place that John Robinson said that he was worried about Reggie. He said he was worried when he got in that position there. He said that he was worried when he got over his center. He didn't think that he could handle him in that position. You can see he just takes a side, and then he goes right through 2 guys.
So Hatcher back to punt. Eagles come after it. They almost got it. It takes a Ram roll, and still does. Gets all the way to the 40. It only stayed in the air about 20 yards. Winds up being a 38-yard punt. In Philadelphia. That seems like just a couple of weeks ago, but it was week 2 in the regular season. The Eagles were down 20-0 to the Redskins, and they won that game 42-37. In many ways, that game kept the Redskins out of the playoffs. Here's Cunningham back to throw it. He has Jackson. Jackson fumbled. The Rams all around it. I don't know if they came up with it or not. Yes, they did. The Rams get Jackson's fumble. Michael Stewart made the recovery.
You see Randall Cunningham clapping his hand here. I still think that he has, that this is what they had to do. You know, they had to get the ball up the field. They had to get it to Jackson. Even though he fumbles at the end, this is a big play for the Rams. At least the Eagles have gotten something started, even though it ended in disaster.
Wilshire made the hit that knocked it loose. And the Rams take over at their own 22-yard line.
You see what happened? Jackson looked to the outside, saw the corner come from the outside. Jerry Gay switched the ball back to the inside, and that's where it got hit and knocked out.
It's back to Bell. And Bell picks up 4. Stopped by Mike Golick.
You know, another thing that's killing the Eagles thus far, Pat, is that was their 2nd turnover on the first play of a drive. So they're not going to have a lot of offense when you don't have the ball.
You don't get a lot of first downs that way, do you?
Why did they do this? Why did it? Because they didn't have the ball to do it. The other team had the ball all the time.
2nd and 6. By Joyner and Hopkins.
And you know, the one thing they started running there at Brown, and then they just start the same way and cut it back. The difference is that Brown isn't in there. That's Golick in there now, number 90. So it's a little different against the run. Golick is a pretty good run player, too. But when Brown was there, he was like the cop. There was nada. And then when he goes out, you know, they find a little something in there on that side.
First down, Rams. Bell again. Stop this time after a very short game. Just 2. Byron Evans. The first Eagle to stop it.
And you see 48 in there, Wes Hopkins. That's Buddy Ryan's answer to the run. When they start to run, he puts his safety up there. And he'll either put Hopkins or Waters up there. Now that puts 8 men up. Now you only have 7 blockers. So when you bring your safety up, you're always going to have a free guy.
And Everett said to us, this is Jim Everett said yesterday, when I see that, that's when I got to throw.
Yeah, and he forgot on that play. He ran anyway. Remember Gordon McCarter? We had him as a referee a couple weeks ago in New York, and his mouth froze.
He tried to say what the penalty was, and he couldn't get it out.
Yeah, he threw a flag, and or he meant to drop his beanbag, and he threw his flag. He couldn't get out whether it was beanbag or flag.
Holohan is the man on the move. Outside Del Pino. And a first down Rams. A gain of 10.
Well, that's the thing that they wanted to do. One, when they get Del Pino in there, they're going to throw him the ball. And 2, they want to work the flat. So that was a combination. I think if I were playing the Rams, every time I would see Del Pino come in, I'd say, watch Del Pino for the pass.
Every time.
Every time. We saw him a year ago kill the Giants there in New York.
They didn't know who he was. It's Bell again. Lunges for 3 yards. By Clyde Simmons. As a little misunderstanding breaks out.
Yeah, that was Mike Golick. He was, you know, in there with the Eagles used 3 tackles. You see Jerome Brown is back now, but Mike Pitts is out. So Golick, number 90, he'll come in and play a couple plays for Brown. Then he'll go over and play a couple plays for Pitts, and that keeps Brown and Pitts kind of fresh.
On second down, here comes the blitz. Everett just had to get rid of it quickly. Eagle blitz around the corner, and nobody picked him up. Seth Joyner.
Blitz that they aren't going to look pretty the whole game. In fact, Jim Everett said there's something, except he said when I have to throw the ball away, I just have to throw it where it's an incomplete pass and not an interception.
Third down. And about 7. Everett now 8 out of 14 for 183 yards. Holohan stays in the block. Everett intended for Anderson on the far sideline, incomplete. Andre Waters there with him. Edward signals fair catch and makes it at the 16. A 31-yard punt by Hatcher. 14-0. They've gotten off to fast starts, but then they've been caught in the 4th quarter. First and 10. Cunningham pump fake. Off play to Heath Sherman. Gain of perhaps 2, stopped by Alvin Wright.
Yeah, Randall Cunningham and the Eagles are the only team that runs the draw that way. They're going on a with no huddle on this play, where he fakes the pass, then hands in the draw.
Sherman. Jerry Gray with an assist for Larry Kelm. The reason they're doing this, I think, John, is to keep the Rams from getting in that dime package with the 5 linebackers and 6 backs.
Well, you know, they not only have that dime package, but they also have that eagle and hawk look, and they keep them out of all their substitute defenses.
Cunningham. Chris Carter on the sideline, and it's a catch.
This is a the type of thing where Randall Cunningham kills you. He get here, he's in the thing, that's just a straight back pass. They get out of containment, he gets outside. Now he is dangerous. Now he can look, he can throw again. That is the place that he gets you.
And Carter did a good job to get both feet in bounds.
Now, Randall Cunningham says when he starts to scramble, he doesn't think run. He said he's still thinking pass all the way to the point of no return. He said he looks all the time, left, middle, and right.
First down, Eagles. Cunningham out of the shotgun. Ball is deflected, intended for Tony. Was hit by Mike Peel. Buddy Ryan, he has some opinions.
Well, he does, and you know, Buddy has been a coach in this league for a heck of a long time. I mean, he's a guy that you know, coached for the Jets as an assistant, for the Minnesota Vikings as an assistant, for the Chicago Bears. He was in Super Bowls and all those places. Finally got his chance as a head coach, and anything that happens in football, Buddy's been there.
Screen pass set up to Tony. Not much happening. Brent Strickland read it well. Someone referred to Buddy Ryan as General Patton on the sideline. Cunningham again going quickly. 3rd and 7. Out of the shotgun. As they relay the signal out to the wide receiver. Almost picked off. Intended for Tony. Through the hands of Wiltshire.
I think the Rams and their defense are a lot better when they just contain Cunningham. I don't think you need a big rush. If I were playing against Randall Cunningham, I would rather have him stay in the pocket and throw and not let him get running and throwing. And that's exactly what they did on that 3rd down play.
Rick Tootin back to punt to Darrell Henley. Down at about the 35 by Sammy Lilly and Jesse Small. So the Ram offensive unit returns to the field after a 34-yard punt. They lead 14-0. Here's Everett. Quick to Del Pino. Here's Everett. Quick to Del Pino. And hit very quickly by Byron Evans. A gain of 5, however.
Yeah, one thing, I'm watching Jackie Slater out there against Reggie White. Watch him block here. He changes up. See 78. Del Pino comes out, gives him a little fake, and Slater takes him on, just puts his helmet right up under Reggie's helmet. Usually he gets his hands out there. That time he just butted him. He just head-butted right up under his head. Every time Jackie Slater is changing his technique on Reggie White.
That was pretty good technique back there. Bell to the left side. And Greg Bell close to a Ram first down. 6-yard pickup, and it should be.
Well, you know, when you're a 14-year veteran, you have all the tricks, and that's what Jackie Slater is. Now the ball is going to go away. Now this is where you can really mess with a guy. You're running to the other side. So that's when you do stuff like that. You cut him, you grab him, you trip him, you frustrate him. You see, that's exactly what Slater did to White.
In addition to that, he tackled him.
Well, that's the frustrating part. See that? When you tackle the guy, then you frustrate the guy. Then he gets mad already.
Rams at their own 46. Everett. Eller. They're saying he was out of bounds. Eric Allen wasn't supposed to play that much. Is the defender.
And again, to me, the secret still goes that the Ram offensive line is winning that battle on the line of scrimmage. And basically, they're giving Everett the time to do that. It was interesting, that last pass protection, Jackie Slater cut Reggie White. So we saw him butt him on a pass, then we saw him cut him on it.
It is no completed pass at the 41-yard line. It'll be a 1st and 10.
They must have reviewed a tape that we looked at, that Leslie said he had the ball. What they're saying is that he had the ball before. You see that he catches it now, He catches it now, and then he has 1-2. There. Okay, let me see. There he had it, and then he got the second foot in.
And Bell tries the right side. This time stopped by Byron Evans. They're inside the Eagle 40 at about the 38, a 3-yard pickup with 4 minutes 50 seconds left to play in the first half.
Again, what that pass reception was is that he had, when he caught the ball, he had 1 foot in, and then all he needed was 1 more foot.
Second down. Ellard goes wide to the right. Anderson to the left. Here comes the Eagle blitz. They read it. And Holohan makes the juggling reception at about the 32. Wes Hopkins made the stop. Everett got rid of it in a hurry.
Remember as a kid, a guy would hit you and you say, "You can't hurt me, you can't hurt me." That's what Pete Holohan had about 22 flaps, I counted.
3rd and 1. Bell and McGee behind Everett. Bell wide right. Reggie White stops it shy of the first down. Andre Waters with an assist. No gain.
Yeah, that's the thing. If the Eagles don't want you to run, you're not going to run because they're going to get their safety up there. Reggie White was there. He's always tough to run at. And then their strong safety, Andre Waters, comes flying up in there. Watch, your ball goes out here. Again, they want to stretch it and then cut it back. Watch number 20, Andre Waters. They missed the block there, and if you miss him, he's going to make the tackle. Watch it from this side. See penetration. Now watch number 20 come in, make the tackle right there.
And looks like the Rams are going to go for this one on 4th and 1. And now we're not so sure.
I don't, like I said, this Eagle defense, if they don't want you to run, you aren't going to run against this defense. I would think John Robinson realizes that, tried it on 3rd down, and will probably come back with some of that pass on 4th down.
In fact, Buddy Ryan said to us yesterday, if we don't want you to run, nobody can run. Well, first down Rams. That wasn't their choice, their original choice, but it was effective. Jerome Brown tripped up Everett.
That's a combination here. The coach is there. Well, let's run it. Let's throw it. Let's run it. Let's throw it. Let's run it. Let's throw it. Then you get in here and say, okay, throw it. And then if they all run off, they give you a big gaping hole like this. Run it. Now everyone's happy. He went back to throw it. He ran it and got a first down.
And Robinson happy about the situation at the moment. Again. Picked off by Isaiah Jenkins. Jenkins could go. Finally knocked out of bounds at about the 18 by Holohan. That could be the break the Eagles need.
And you know that in time they're going to get it. They led the league in turnovers. This defense in regular season had 56 turnovers. Where do you account for that? Again, he throws it out there. Jenkins picks it off right down the sideline.
He stepped out of bounds way back upfield. He didn't get nearly as far as we thought he did. A 33-yard return. The interception by Jenkins.
Man, that ball looked like it got away from Everett. That kind of wobble coming out of there. We're going to look and see, and it's somewhere in there he stepped on the line before he started to cut back.
Right at midfield. Right there. Just short of midfield. 1st and 10, Eagles. The pass to Myers, who is tripped up after a pickup of 9 by Stewart. We're going to get, well, he knocked out of bounds. There are 2 seconds remaining before we get the 2-minute warning. That's Ted Plum, the offensive coordinator for Philadelphia. 2nd and 1.
Ted Plum he's always been the offensive coordinator. The Eagles had a very tragic loss a couple of weeks ago when their quarterback coach, Doug Scoville, passed away. Since that time, Ted Plum has taken up part of the quarterback coaching also.
Myers in motion. is knocked down as the pressure was put on by Wilshire. The pass and Cunningham were knocked down, and that is now the 2-minute warning.
Chair and cut his finger, yelling at the defensive line. I could see another chair-breaking ceremony at this halftime.
No flags. First down, Philadelphia. Heath Sherman, the ball carrier. And Cunningham is coming to the sideline. Let us rush and pass it. If we don't get it done, then you can blitz. Cunningham. The Eagles will run their hurry-up offense. Kevin Green and Fred Strickland stop Byers. 6-yard gain. 2nd and 4. Cunningham is going to come out of there, or try to, and now he's down by Kevin Green. A loss of 10 and a timeout in Philadelphia.
See, the thing that the Rams are trying to do is just contain Cunningham. Not rush him, not a big rush. Just don't let him get outside. Kevin Green did an excellent job of that.
Really?
Cunningham, most of the time when he scrambles, he's going to scramble to his right or towards Kevin Green. The only way he can get outside of Kevin Green is if he lets his blocker hook him. And Kevin Green played that perfectly. There's a guy who's been playing almost perfect, old 78 Jackie Slater there. He draws a tough responsibility having to block Reggie White, who could be the best defensive lineman in the game today.
Certainly one of the most dominating.
The thing that's impressed me about Jackie Slater is he's changed his technique. And, you know, we talked about all the different things he's done in the first half to Reggie White. I bet he even has more for the second half.
3rd and 15. Jackson in the slot. Cunningham, incomplete. There's Ram. And the Eagles will have to give it up.
I think this Ram defense has done an excellent job in this first half, not only of containing Cunningham, but somewhat confusing him with those coverages.
Well, I kept talking about all week about their pass defense being ranked last in the league. But so far, as you say, they've been able to confuse and control Cunningham.
Well, even Randall Cunningham said yesterday they're 28th, but I don't see it. He said, I'll tell you, their nickel defense isn't 28th.
Rams are going to let it bounce. It's going to be down inside the 5-yard line. As the rain starts to get a little bit heavier now. Again, a shoving match between some of the Rams and some of the Eagles.
You find a lot of that on special teams. You know, guys running down there, and they don't get a lot of chances to play, but they want to get some hits in. I think what the Rams need here is just run out the clock. What the Eagles need here is a turnover. I think Buddy loves the pressure in this situation, and I think that they're going to go all out to try and knock the ball out of there, get a turnover down here, and get a quick score from this defense.
Probably, if the Rams do try to just run it out, they'll have somebody trying to strip the ball. This is Bell covering it up. Picked up 3 straight ahead.
Well, there's some good shoving in there. Did you see Golick?
Yeah.
Overnight, he just took his guy.
Jerome Brown, that's not a good place to be. That's just not good judgment.
No, Golick took his guy, Duval Love, and he just shoved him back about 5 yards. Jerome Brown goes in there, huddled to talk to them for a while. Jackie Slater's pointing over there at Reggie White. This is good. This is like wrestling. Yeah, I want to see you. I want you right here. You come right here. That's it.
I'll meet you in the tunnel.
Yeah, I'll get you after. Oh, yeah?
The Eagles took this timeout, so they're out.
Yeah, but you see who started it? Look, it was number 20, Andre Waters. So always a little guy. Poor Jackie Slater, he couldn't even get his mouthpiece. Waters is that kind of guy.
Everett just downs it. And the shoving match continues. They're just going to let it run out now.
Well, they don't have to run another play. The Eagles, of course, are out of timeouts. Get hit. He was just trying to get a first down. And as he backs up and he gets ready to hit, lo and behold, look what happens. He just starts out here. He's going to come in here. He sits down here. He's looking this way. And boom, when he turns, there's nothing there. Watch Tony. Comes out of the backfield straight up the middle. There's no one there. He's back, and the two guys miss him, and he gets another 10 yards.
I don't know if I've ever seen that happen before.
It's not a bad move.
Here's Cunningham trying to roll, trying to run. Intended for Tony again. That could have been picked off. Gray had a legitimate shot at it.
You know, the guy that I thought would be again, the Eagles only have 33 first downs in the first half, so there's not going to be a lot of guys playing, but Keith Jackson, I thought, would be a bigger player in this thing, because we've seen games where Randall Cunningham just plays catch with Keith Jackson.
Well, he was open a few times in the first half, and Cunningham just missed him.
Of course, one time he hit him, he fumbled, too.
Right.
Remember that one? That could have been a big play.
More confusion. Heath Sherman in a mix-up with Cunningham and Alvin Wright.
Hey, when you have a mix-up like that and everyone arrives at the same time, the defense is going to win. But just you have the mix-up, you got guys pulling, the quarterback runs into the running back, and when that happens, here's going to come a bunch of blue jerseys.
And a loss of 4 yards makes it 3rd and 14. Eagles at their own 42, trailing 14-0. Screen pass to Tony. Not enough for a first down. Tripped up by Bethune.
And now these fans want to go for it. That was one of the Eagles' answers. That was that defense we were talking about, where the Rams don't have any defensive line in. All linebackers and secondary. They come up with a screen. They're short. They're inside the 50. Now, the Eagles run a lot of fake kicks. And this is the area where the Rams are in what they call safe return. They're leaving their defensive front end waiting or ready for a fake punt here.
Henley and Irvin back deep. This is Tootin's punt. And this is a good one. Eagles will down it at the 6. Sammy Lilly down it. 42-yard punt that dies at the Rams' 6-yard line. Number 8.
Yeah, it's a good starting time for that game, too. 1:30 Eastern time, you know, the day after New Year's Eve. Right there, everyone's about ready to go about that time. Watch the ball.
Now, this crowd here is trying to inspire that Eagle defense. They don't need a lot of inspiration. Rain coming down harder. Anderson goes in motion. Everett up the middle of Holohan to about the 25. Seth Joyner dragged him down, but that'll quiet the crowd down.
Holohan's going to make all celebration. I mean, we saw him. I mean, he darn near throws his shoulder out of joint. He gets there. They have the tight end short, the first tight end short. Holohan coming across in a layered thing and getting a first down. Hey, I think the reason he's so happy is that is not only a first down, but it quiets the crowd down.
And it gets him some breathing room as well.
Surprised he still has an AC joint.
This is Bell. Hit by Seth Joyner. A 1-yard gain.
If we look at Jim Everett and we see where he's passed nothing deep to the left, 2 for 5 in the middle, 2 for 3 to the right. Those were his big ones. Then his short control passing game is really spread it around. 3 for 5 to the left, 3 for 3 in the middle, 1 for 3 to the right short. So their game plan, Ernie Zampese, the offensive coordinator, calls the plays, has really done a pretty good job of mixing up pass and run, and also mixing up where they pass it.
2nd and 9 from the 25. Incomplete in the direction of Henry Ellard. Ram possessions, the first 2 times they had the ball, they got 2 touchdowns. The last 7, not so successful. They lead 14-0.
And again, you know, they've had experience. They've been through a lot of experiences this year. They got off to a real good start. They had a bad middle, pretty good ending. And in that thing, John Robinson and his team have been through ups and downs and about everything that can happen in a game. And I think that has to help them in these situations.
Here comes the Eagle blitz. Everett, incomplete, intended for Ellard. That big first down catch by Holohan got them some breathing room, but they're still going to have to punt. Dale Hatcher averaging 38-7 today. Anthony Edwards back deep. Eagles again put the pressure. Edwards makes the catch, ducks under a couple, and now he's down at about the 45. 31-yard punt, 3-yard return. Mel Farr just activated, down to make the stop. 14-0 with 9:41 now left in the 3rd quarter. Rams lead. In the 3rd quarter. First down, quick pass to Johnson. Up quickly is Gray. 3-yard pickup. Make it 2nd and 7.
Yeah, there's a guy who's played well for the Rams this year, is Jerry Gray.
Really?
In fact, he's made the Pro Bowl, one of the good corners in this league. And the funny thing about it is on nickel, Jerry Gray plays safety. In fact, they're talking about, you know, maybe next year moving him to safety.
On 2nd and 7. Cunningham back. Out of the pocket. Larry Kelm made the stop, but Cunningham on his own rambled for an Eagle first down, a gain of 11.
That's what I think Randall Cunningham is trying to do, is take it in his own hands now. He's going to make something happen, get his offense excited, get his team excited, get these fans excited and back into the game. And this is what he does best. You know, move with the football. Whether you throw it or run it at the end of it, he has to move with it. And the more he moves with it, the more effective he is.
Eagles are at the Ram 39 now. Myers comes in motion, and Cunningham is going to put it up. Incomplete. 4 Myers, covered by Stewart.
I'm still surprised that he doesn't look more for Jackson. I would think that this Ram defense wanted to take away these 2 guys, Keith Byers and Jackson. And I would think that they're doing a heck of a job at taking away Keith Jackson so far.
2nd and 10 it brings up. There's Jackson.
Jackson runs those little slant, those little control type of things, and the Rams are just putting their linebackers out in that area where he can't do it.
Jackson only has 1 catch, and he fumbled after that one. Here's Cunningham back. Again, chased out of the pocket, chased by Kevin Green, and tripped up from behind after a gain of 4. Going to see a lot more of that.
Well, the thing is, Green gives him that speed. You see, he can rush from the outside up on top. Now he has containment. Now watch him on top. When Cunningham breaks, he can break. And he's quick enough to catch him. A lot of guys can do things, but they don't have the quickness to do it. The fans just got excited here, Pat, because Greg Garrity just came into the game. And he is a real favorite of this Eagle group.
That's the owner of the Philadelphia Eagles, Norman Brayman, looking on. 3rd down. This is the Eagles' deepest penetration into Ram territory. Up and out to Byers. And he will not get the first down. Leroy Irvin and Fred Strickland.
And this is going to be an interesting call for Buddy Ryan. What do you do here? His whole team was around him. They wanted to go for it, but he's not letting them go for it.
He'll try for the field goal, although this guy threw a touchdown pass last week. Ruzick did.
I believe when you're down 14-0 or you're anything to nothing, you just got to get a score to start building on.
It'll be a 48-yard effort by Ruzick. Cavanaugh holding. That is no good. When it took off, it looked like it had plenty. But when it starts to rain and gets cold, no matter whose signature is on the ball, it just doesn't go as far. 14-0.
This thing is straight between the uprights and boom, just short. From 48 yards away, look at this. He thinks he got it.
Now he knows he doesn't. Looks like somebody shot him.
He goes into an all-pro hunker.
Handoff is to McGee. Straight ahead. Rain coming down a little bit harder still. Mike Golick made the stop after a 2-yard gain by Buford McGee.
I remember one thing is, you know, coaching, being in the sideline there, that you always want, you always wanted to be ahead anytime. I mean, that's a stupid thing to say, you wanted to be ahead. But if it started on night and then rain was coming, you always wanted to get that quick early lead, because once the rain came, you had no idea what was going to happen with that football.
And that's exactly what the Rams did. Holohan in motion. Everett gets it to Holohan somehow.
I tell you, there somehow has to be pass protection again. I mean, I am surprised. I thought that the Eagles were going to put a lot more pressure on Everett than they have, and you can't give enough credit to this offensive line. There's no way that Everett should get this much time. Watch him here. He just has a time. He's looking, and then he finally throws it. But that is perfect pass protection.
One of the things that John Robinson said is one of the unsung matchups will be Duval Love against Mike Pitts. He said that's one of the keys. Duval Love has to block him. Holohan gets the first down from Everett. 7-yard pickup.
Yeah, the other thing John Robinson was saying, that he said everyone's saying about their front four, and he goes, I know about their front four. He said, you just have to block them. I mean, what's so new about this? I mean, you don't come up with things where you get some guy from some lab who gives you a scientific experiment or something, or some computer that shoots something out.
Although he did say we got a lot of new guys on defense. In fact, some of them I haven't even met yet.
I'm playing some guys on defense I don't even know.
Everett's chase gets rid of it in the direction of Ellard, and Ellard just couldn't hold on.
One of the things that Jim Everett does a lot of is run and throw. I mean, he is a pocket passer. He is a pure pocket passer, and I was kind of surprised that he even went to that, because with the protection he's getting, he really doesn't have to do that.
He was chased by Byron Evans, who almost got there. That would have been enough for a first down if Ellard could have hung on.
Hey, if you want to make Ram fans or Coach John Robinson nervous, all you remind them is that at the end of this year, Everett's contract is over. He is a free agent. Then they all start getting jittery.